Welcome everyone to the Attack from Mars Games September Ween podcast show. We hope you have one hell of a time as we probe you with all of our nerd topics. Don't turn around now, we're about to beam you up.
All right, well, hello, James. I'm so glad I met you on Twitter, by the way. This is a match made in heaven. James here was on Twitter, and I was like, hey, what kind of games do you make? And you're like, Alien Scumbags. I was like, well, fuck, you came in the right place. Welcome to the weird world of Attack from Mars games. No, it was awesome. I love just finding out about other game designers because, you know, we experience hell as game developers. And like we were talking too, like you have to take in opinions of other people and...
Yeah. I think the benefits outweigh the bad bits, you know.
So you're in the UK, so in your company... Your company is Monster Finger Games. We discussed the Monster Fingers. I couldn't wait for that question. I love the icon and everything. It's amazing. So I always like to do this, just even though we've been joking around about Hellraiser for the past, God knows when, 36 minutes. So it's not that bad, actually. You're doing perfect. What's a fun fact about yourself?
Oh, God.
Like,
I don't know.
Yes. Besides that you develop games, not that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've been doing like martial arts since I was 5.
Wow.
So not anymore though, because I kind of gave up when I went down south. So you know.
So you were a big fighter as a kid, like fighting games as a kid, Liz, but he was legitly kicking.
Yeah.
ass.
Oh yeah. You were a karate kid. What belt were you?
Fourth dan, so like 4 black belts along.
There's more than one.
Yeah.
I was like, there's more than one.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed to have. See, it's opposite land though, because like I do MMA, but like I didn't do any of that. I got stuck into softball because I'm gay. That's what we do. I never did karate as a kid though. I couldn't imagine. Do you guys like legit fight? Like, how does that work? Like for kids?
Well, 8-year-olds beating the piss out of each
Yeah,
other.
like do you actually punch?
Yeah, just not the face, you know. So like anything else is all right as long as it's not the face or between the legs.
I was gonna say, I was like, what? You're like, many of children can't give birth to kids now. We don't know why. Could be the possible kids getting karate chopped in the ball sack. Please sign your kid up.
I was kind of born into it, really. So as much as like I didn't really have a choice, it was kind of just life.
Yeah.
You know? So,
do you know some moves still, at least?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy when you think about how many pressure points on the body and stuff like that. It's mental. You know?
See.
There's 4 just around the eyes.
Look at this. He's flexing now. Did you hear that? It was like a slight flex. No. Like, I don't know. These pressure points I can kill someone with.
He's making it
this
known
finger.
He can still kick some ass to this day.
I could just poke you out in the eye and murder you by accident. Not saying, just saying. So you developed Alien Scumbags, which I played on Thursday. Amazing game. I do suggest that people get this game on Steam. It is super fun. It's colorful. It's got pixel nudity. I experienced what that is. Like, it's amazing. So what inspired you to like make this game, Alien Scumbags?
It was a 48-hour game jam, actually, if I remember rightly, which was sort of towards Christmas 2017.
Oh wow!
And, I love Aliens, the film franchise, obviously. Well, so many of them anyway, at least 1 and 2. And I was like, it'd be really cool to make like an Alien fan game for it, because it was all sci-fi related was the theme, and that was the only part of the theme, just sci-fi related. So like, yeah. And so it started out very different to what it looks like at the moment. So it was much more to do with aliens, like there was xenomorphs in it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And like the vapor and everything. And it was much darker. So that's how it began. And then I started sort of seeing whether or not publishers might be interested, and the same thing came back over and over again. Yeah. Which was IP infringement for like aliens and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I thought, well, how could that be? You know, it's pixels, isn't it? You look at
does it have a lot of detail? Like, could be anything.
Yeah, and I was like, I distinctly remember. I think, what was it called? I'm trying to remember the name of it now, but of the really famous old like arcade games, I had a xenomorph on the cover. How do you do it? You know? So anyway, so I decided, I was like, right, well, I'll change the aliens then.
Yeah.
And then that's when it all sort of began turning into just references of everything, the facehugger style things in. And I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if it just sort of like said, oh, take that scumbag. And that was if we made of it. And then it kind of grew from there. So it was like, yeah, let's add some Duke Nukem in there. And then it just become like a massive safari of nothing but references. Kind of just turned into that by itself. It just grew into this big monster of parody.
It is like nostalgia on steroids. I've never been so happy to see a pixelated set of 3 boobs in my life. I was like, Total Recall boobs. Oh, those were very good pixel boobs, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Plus to the artiste.
Yeah, I tried very hard on those.
It's a detail.
Yeah, you're like, these gotta be perfect.
You gotta
I gotta study.
Just kind of like looking at the real thing while doing that, trying to see how you could make
like
it
an art
pixelated.
piece. Oh my god, you're like the modern day Michelangelo right there. You're like, hold on. Stand right there, I gotta pixelate it.
You have one of those side or on for hire for nudity artists, and you just had them coming in left and right, see which ones you really wanted to pixelate.
Only if they had 3 boobs though, which is hard.
And then
unless you had a prosthetic boob.
There you go.
Yeah,
you see the 3 boobs.
So how did you get, so from like a game developer, I guess, standpoint, how did you get from wanting to make the video game to actually making the video game? Were you doing video game development before this, or?
Yeah, so Alien Scumbags is the first Steam game.
Okay.
But prior to that, I made games for with my friend Stu, who deals with the sort of the music on Alien Scumbags and things. We worked together on some games for the U-Year, and we sort of started our craft on that really from 2013, and did things like basically all very retro style games. Some of them being like Super Renegade Response, which was basically like top-down Chase HQ spy hunter style idea, but with lots of silly 80s references in there.
Guys,
like
all nostalgia.
Yeah. Collected Rubik's Cubes, for example.
Oh no.
And stuff like that. Yeah, it's just our thing. Like, we're massively into all the old retro things. Like, he's a retro games collector and everything like that. So, and then like Mr. Monocle's Travels. So I've made quite a few. Yeah, and then like Dash Tank Fever was another one we made for mobile. So.
Awesome. So then you were just like, I'm gonna do this one. Make some alien scumbags here.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you already made other games. So is this your first self-published game?
No, but this was probably the first big project.
Okay.
Like Renegade Response took about a year, but obviously we had that on the U-Year, so officially it was published in that sense. But this is the first big one, like first going to Steam kind of release instead.
Got it. So, that's exciting. Also, I was going to ask you why Alien Scumbags, but you already answered that, actually.
Yeah, literally the first words that came to my mind. I was like, what shall I call that? I went, Alien Scumbags, yeah. Because the scumbags, they're aliens. And then they just stuck. And I was like, I'll take it. Apparently, some people don't like that name, such as Facebook, when I tried to advertise when the game was coming out.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, no, it's a naughty word. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm not allowed to sell my game because apparently they think it's satanic, so... Can you give a brief on the backstory? Because you have a backstory to Alien Scumbags. It's not just like blowing up aliens and shooting shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, if I'm being completely honest about said backstory, it was just made while making the game about a year before. Oh, nice. I just went, I really need a story. My partner kept saying, she was like, oh, well, the thing is, what's the point? And he was like, you cut off a point so that people will play it. And I'm like, right, okay. So then I literally just got some lined paper and went, right, okay, here's the point.
That is the best.
I wrote about a page worth and then built it from there.
So what are you going to do if people get like really into the story and they want like, how like Dead by Daylight people are like really intense with like backstories and they want like stories on top of the stories about it? Are you going to write more? Would you write more?
Make something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yes.
So like this perfect thing, right, is like a perfect example of this is Master Chef was just a Mickey tape because it was Master Chief, right?
Yeah.
But then people thought he was a genuine chef. Right, and they was like, "Oh, he's a chef," no, he's not a chef.
Yeah.
He's just called Master Chef because it's funny. And then I thought, oh, yeah, he is. So they just agreed. But when people go, oh, he's a chef, I went, yeah. That's why he has a cupcake next to him now. He never had a cupcake before. People kept saying he was a chef. I went, oh, yeah, he is, yeah. Cupcake.
It's too funny. You're like,
to me.
Boom, done. Sold. He is now Master Chef. You're welcome. Yeah. So when I played, I collected, was it the Flash? That's where I found the pixel penis.
Flash, yeah.
Yeah. Flash is only 3 pixels deep, by the way, so he's not well endowed. He just runs really fast. I was like, not a lot of graphics on that one. But thank you for that. It's more like a
triangle.
Yeah, it's more like a Cartman, like from South Park. Like when he's Cupid, like that kind of pixel penis. So I got the Flash and then I got the bunny. I like those are amazing. I can't wait to play with the bunny one, by the way. But
I can't wait to see who else you come up with. I mean,
right?
I seeing kind of what you're doing with it is super funny, and there's so much creativity you could do with it. Like so many alien games, space games you can put into it just to be fun. Among Us characters is one
Predator.
That I was just thinking would be so funny.
I'd pay money to shoot a Among Us character.
Yes, or like a goofy ass like looking Arbiter from Halo.
Oh God.
Like just something super fun.
Do you have any plans to make any?
I didn't even see that one. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Jason Marcheese. I just saw it. Oh my gosh. I just saw it. That is great. That's amazing.
So, do you have any plans to add any more like characters or
not characters? I'm considering doing like a level pack, like a Lost Levels edition, where that's just basically like a free update, but with a chunk of extra levels I didn't have a chance to put into it because I kind of like it was getting to the point where if I had carried on, I would never have ended it.
Yeah,
So I thought, well, I'm just going to snip it at this, and then we'll build that story into the spaces we've got left.
It's amazing that I love it. It's super bloody, which is enjoyable. A lot of blood. I think like within the first seconds, I'm already covered in blood. The zombie doctors and everything is great. I love the guns. I keep killing myself in the goo, which is my own issue. But I like the secret room element to the game too. Like the secrets that you have to find, because I want to get all of the secrets. The hidden secrets in the game.
The idea was very much, as I say, that's where the Doom reference idea comes from, really, is that I was really quite big into Doom anyway, but when I started working on this, I was also specifically quite into Doom 64. So I was playing around on that, and I liked the idea of all the secrets, but I think the Doom secrets are almost a bit pointless, because it's like you just walk up to every wall and press the button.
Yeah.
Whereas I wanted to give that feel, but at least give you a chance to know how to get into something. You know, a bit of a clue at least.
That helps. That at least helps people like me, because I'm like, what the fuck am I? Where am I? In every game that I play, I get lost. I don't know where I'm at in life. I don't know where I'm at in real life. I will never know where I'm at in video game life. It is a hot mess. Do you have any plans to make another game?
Yeah, I've already started, actually, make another game. It turns out, I think, that game jams are my way of making new games for Steam.
You're like, we're doing it.
Are you planning on staying with, like, the retro or have you, like, looked into maybe going into, like, more in-depth, like, 3D?
No, definitely just staying sort of pixels, to be honest, because I do like 3D. Obviously, you know, like if you're playing Gran Turismo, I guess like you'd want it to be as realistic as possible for that reason. But for me, when it goes to 3D, unless it's like hyper realism that you're going for, it's more just low poly, if anything, for me.
Is that all the pixel nudity that's in the game, or is there more? Am I expecting more to come? Is there?
I mean, there's strippers in it. There's a nightclub level specifically with that in it. And you can also throw money at them.
What?
Yeah, but you don't lose any money, because that felt a bit harsh. If I did. You literally just go next to him, press the use button, and he just goes "fuck yeah" every time he chucks a bill.
So my next question was like, what? So what's do you have a name for the game? Did you say the name?
Just as with Alien Scumbags, in my personal opinion, it's got an awesome title.
What is it?
That also came out by accident. It's called Tanks a Lot.
Tanks a Lot. So can you talk about Tanks a Lot, or you were keeping it? Okay,
at the moment. So yeah, why not?
What? Let's do it. What's Tanks a Lot about? Can't wait.
Okay. Tanks a Lot, right?
Yeah.
Precision platformer with the jelly tank from a lift, from a lift pitch. That is
I don't.
Right? Yeah,
that is the best one.
Who wouldn't want a precision platformer with a tank? At the moment, doing a massive thing with it, basically. Like, I'd always thought it was a bit of a silly idea, right? But I was like, would it be stupid if like it had one of those real typical Mickey Tick style, like old school storylines? Basically, his girlfriend gets stolen by a bad guy, despite him being a tank. But then
you're like, beside the fact that this is just a tank.
It's a tank. The thing is, it's only a tank because it was a 48-hour game jam. No, it wasn't. It was a week's game jam. This one, and the theme was everything breaks. So I was like, oh, okay. And I immediately thought, this was my first idea. I was like, right, well, the platform where the level basically falls apart around you. And then I was like, oh, I hate drawing walking cycles and all this kind of stuff. Like, what am I going to do? And I went, what doesn't have to walk? I was like, a tank. I was like, I'll take it. So I put a tank in it, and then it become a squishy tank. It's really cool because when you play it, the level, as I say, falls apart around you. So every time you jump off the ground, the tile underneath you will break and like glitch out. And then every time you shoot, the tile underneath you will break.
Yeah.
And then every time you bounce off a wall, the tile on the side break. So the whole level just destroys itself as you play it. Yeah, it's really cool. And the idea is that your score is how many bricks are left.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You keep going back and trying to obviously, basically get like, your bronze, silver, gold kind of thing. However,
looks fun.
The game now has a storyline, complete with Animal Crossing style dialogue sound effects.
Stop.
Oh, it does. But then also decided to put some other random little bits in it. So put like okay, but high pitched and stuff like that, right?
Oh my god!
And then you'll hear it when it's if you see the video on it. But it basically, this person's going like, like that's all. So there's gonna be like full on talking like cutscenes now, where you see the
oh my god,
and said tank is called Tinker, Tink Tank, and he has like little anime style eyes. But obviously he doesn't have a mouth because his mouth is his big cannon. He's shocked because he's got a big hole.
It's like when Wally grows up, this is what happens to him. He ends up here. He ends up a tank. He ends up in this situation. He's like, where the fuck am I? That is amazing.
Well, I'm working really hard on the polishing side of it at the moment. So, as I say, working on putting the story in it as well. So there's individual locations now. Location changes the aesthetic, the look. So basically, like, there it's purple, but then on certain levels it'll be like green or whatever. Then it adds in extra things as you play along. So it starts off with you actually not being able to destroy the level on the tutorial. As go on, it gets harder and harder, and then it introduces like boost pads and all sorts of cool stuff like that. The storyline, straight and to the point, is literally your pet pixel has been stolen. The person that's pet pixel, which is some weird shadowy figure of sorts, who I've not drawn yet, and they leave a cryptic message that basically says you got to collect all these flags, hence why there's flags on each level. Collect the flag to reveal your true destiny, and then it's kind of a bit of a piss take. I want to tell you because it's just the best ending ever, but just because it made me laugh because it's basically like it's a massive troll. The whole ending is just a massive piss take.
Oh god.
And I was just like, oh, this is beautiful.
You're like, this is perfect. This is perfect.
This is exactly what it needed to be.
God, I'm excited to play the tank game. You have a website, so what's your website again, so everyone could follow you and.
So the best way to contact me, to be honest, is via Twitter, which is at kkinthegame.com. And contact me on there. It's probably the best thing. Although I do have YouTube, and I have Reddit, and I have Instagram.
Well, we will definitely do this again. Thank you so much. It was a blast. Would you like to hear more weird, scary, and spooky stuff? Let the AFMG podcast probe you on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcast.